Hi Gemini, this is your forecast for the month of September 2016. This is a general reading for Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, or Gemini Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. So Gemini, this first week of September, you may be dealing with a truth of some sort. You may be gaining some clarity on a situation or seeking some justice about something. For some of you, there's a brilliant idea that you've come up with. Maybe you're working on some kind of intellectual pursuit and you're having to really use the power of your intellect. And if that's the case, this is a week where you have the great force of your intellect and mental power at your disposal. There's a new determination for you this week, and you are ready to apply your will toward a matter. Some of you may be in authority of some sort, or you may be dealing with those in authority. But this is a week where you could have a lot of thoughts and ideas. You may be inspired in some way. Maybe you're working on some kind of, as I said, some intellectual pursuit of some sort. For those of you who are dealing with negative situations, you may be in a struggle of some sort. Maybe you're struggling for a cause, or you're dealing with dominating persons, or you yourself are dominating a situation. Maybe you're dealing with people who are acerbic in some way, or bullies, or exploiters. Some of you may be involved in legal situations, or perhaps issues connected to surgery. But many of you will find yourself in a situation where either you or the other person or both of you are waiting to make some kind of a decision, a choice, or the first move. And this is a time where you're getting clear on some situations and some of your relationships, and you're examining them and determining exactly what's missing, where a relationship or a situation is falling short of your standards. Now, for some of you, you may be taking the first steps to clear the air or tell somebody what you think. But it's also likely that this is a week where there'll be some kind of misrepresentation or misinterpretation on someone's part, and this is going to be revealed because you're going to be gaining some clarity this week. So you will be able to find out exactly where you stand, and also let the other person know where they stand with you, so that you can move forward and confront the future regardless of how you see one another. Now, the second week of September, you have the King of Swords, and of course this could very well be you. In fact, the entire month is a month of swords, so there's a lot of thought going on, but I'm not sure that necessarily a lot of communication. There could be issues in connection to communication. There are situations perhaps where things need to be said or truths need to be revealed. But this King of Swords, which could be any air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male or female, someone exhibiting these traits, or a situation that is characterized by the traits of this king. But this is a week where you're not going to want to be limited in any way. You don't want to be imposed upon. Maybe you're having difficulty in sharing your feelings. It might be difficult for you to be close or intimate with another person this week. If you're involved in some kind of confrontation, whether that's legal or some conflict, this king gives you the ability to gain some kind of upper hand or defend yourself in some way. But this could be a week where you have a lot of authority and command over a situation. You're using the logical mind. Maybe you're solving some problems. You could be intellectually intimidating to other people. Maybe you're taking a stance from a position of authority. You may be involved in some stimulating conversations this week. Now, for some of you, there's an aggressiveness, a force in your presence, which could be working against you. You know, you could be actually undermining the very thing that you're going after. And if you're involved in situations where you find a rapport with other people, it could be that this attraction, although mutual, this may not be something that's necessarily long-lasting. And for some of you, you're involved in situations where there are mixed signals. It's not exactly clear. And so, it's important, again, the first week maybe allowed you to get some clarity on what was going on. Now, some of you could be dealing with some professional people, maybe the police, politicians, executives, perhaps even a surgeon, a lawyer. But this would be somebody who has some kind of official title, and either that title is connected to, an intellectual area of life or something that would require great authority or force, assertiveness. Now, the third week you have the Page of Swords. So this is new energy. Perhaps you have gained the clarity of truth about a situation, and now you're changing your thought process. This is a new way of thinking, a new way of communicating, relating to others intellectually. Some of you may have dealings with young people. Again, this is air sign energy. So you could be meeting someone new this week. Maybe you're getting closer to someone given the exchange that you've had. For some of you, though, this is a month of conflict where you're actually becoming estranged from someone, and it's directly related to the way that you are communicating or not communicating. For others of you, you've got this brilliant idea, you're connecting with others, and you're having this experience where you are putting your ideas together with others. You're having a meeting of the minds. And some of you, because of this exchange, you're gaining some kind of greater understanding, some kind of clarification. You may be relating to other people in a witty kind of manner, and this is bringing you closer together. Maybe there's humor. For others of you, again, those that are involved in conflict, you are beginning to notice the less appealing side of another person, and this is cluing you in to some kind of this is a red flag that's popping up, and it very well could be the last straw in a situation. Maybe this is someone who's immature or irresponsible. Maybe they're affecting your life in some unexpected way. Maybe there's some secrets that have come out. Maybe something is being revealed that you weren't aware of. But this could be also a week where there are troubling situations, perhaps with the law, legal situations. Maybe you're dealing with intellectual matters. Maybe you're having to do some research. Maybe someone is trying to, find out some things about you, because this could be prying into secrets. But this also says that this is a week for you to set yourself some small goals. Don't try to get too far ahead of yourself, because you'll get farther ahead by setting more realistic goals, things that are easier for you to accomplish. Again, you could be coming in contact with people who are trying to find information, or you're trying to find information from those people. And you could very well come up against people who are know-it-alls, gossips, again, people that are showing a level of immaturity. Now, the last week of September, you have this Seven of Swords. And so, you know, this is not the most pleasant card, because there could be issues of insincerity or taking advantage of someone, or maybe there's some subterfuge taking place or some duplicity. Some of you may be trying to escape a situation, or you may be using underhanded or evasive or illicit tactics, or that may be happening to you. There may be issues of theft and betrayal, or where you're self-defeating in your behavior. Some of you are simply wasting your time on something. Whatever you're involved in is futile. Others of you may be trying to, do things under the radar. Some of you are traveling. Maybe you're traveling incognito, or you just don't want to be seen. But there could be issues of unfaithfulness, secret love affairs. Some of you are simply moving from one place to another, or you're going from place to place. You've got a lot of errands and you're going back and forth. Others of you, if you're involved in something legal or some intellectual pursuit, some business idea, you're gathering information, doing your research, maybe this is a week where you're actually analyzing a situation and coming up with some strategies. But whatever the case, this is a week where it's likely that whatever situation you're in, something is going to come under scrutiny, either you or other people, and you're going to feel as if you or the other person, there may be questions about integrity or ethics. And on some level, maybe you were either over or underconfident. Maybe you were too quick to believe in something, to vest in something. So be careful about what other people are saying to you. Listen carefully, and also be careful about what ideas you're putting out, what statements that you're making. Some of you need to be careful about outright theft. There could be someone literally stealing something from you, stealing your ideas, maybe stealing off of the internet. But you could be stealing from yourself this week. Maybe you're just wasting time. You're wasting your energy, your effort, your talents, your emotions, and putting it in places that are non-productive, whether that's a relationship or an endeavor. Now, whatever's going on, this card does not have a black background, a gray background. So whatever's going on, there's something about it that's right out in the open. If someone is acting deceptively, they're doing it with a lot of audacity and unmitigated gall. They're doing it in the light of day. So either they feel confident in doing whatever it is they're doing, or you're choosing to simply ignore it. You're not recognizing it, even if it's right under your nose. Now, some of you, because this is a card of escape, this week it's going to be easy for you to remove yourself from situations. If there is a lot of gossip going around, swirling around you, rumors, it's going to be easy for you to remove yourself and not get too involved in situations that don't actually concern you. And for some of you, oddly enough, this is going to be a week, surprisingly, where people may be more willing to tell you the truth. They may not lie to you. They may, open up and say things that you didn't expect. And maybe they keep a promise that they've made or an appointment that you've set. So for some of you, because this is a card about, it can be clandestine relationships, some of you may be matched up with someone, or maybe you're playing matchmaker, and this is going to turn out rather well for you. But generally, the rest of your cards don't seem to indicate that. If you are applying a strategy, though, if you're working on something and putting forth all of your will, application, and mental force behind something, this could be a week where you realize that you're on top of things, that you haven't fallen behind as much as maybe you had thought or you had expected. But ultimately, this card is a warning. Be careful of your possessions, be careful of your health, stay away from risky situations, and be careful of the way that you're speaking, the ideas that you're putting out there, the things that you are saying, because something that you have said or something that you have done could come back to bite you. If you were trying to deceive someone or you were involved in some kind of a deception, something that you've planned could actually backfire against you. So this would be a week for you to be open and honest and above board. Try to resist any urges that you may have to embellish the truth. If you are relying on what someone else thinks or how they feel about you or their response, this is going to create a dependency issue where it actually is draining your strength and eroding your own individuality that stops you from standing up for yourself. And you have the power to do that because you have the King of Swords. And again, this king enables you to defend yourself if necessary. Now, the underlying energy is this Eight of Cups. And so you're obviously, maybe you're tired of something, maybe you're moving on from something, and you've gotten clarity on a situation this month. You've gotten some kind of personal reality check that's going to allow you to get back to self and reconnect with your own sense of purpose. So this month, regardless of what's going on around you, you have decided that you are ready to go your own way, follow your own path, make your decisions. And so if you've been having any conflicting emotions, if you've been unsure about something, this could be very well be a month where you get clear about situations, connections, thoughts, ideas, people, things that have been holding you back, keeping you from making progress. And so this could be a month where, surprisingly, it's easy for you to get back on track, to salvage a situation, to take charge of something, or if necessary, if you so choose, to walk away from something, whether that's an environment, a situation, a habit, or even a relationship that isn't good for you. For others of you, you're still having difficulty in grappling with the truth. And so you're having to do a little more internal reflection to decide exactly what it is that you want. And you may be harder on yourself than necessary. Some of you are working on some kind of intellectual project where you just really need time to go off on your own and do some thinking. So this could be a month where you are gaining some clarity and maybe getting some new perceptions. You're pushing the boundaries. You need some change. And some of you have come to a truth that you need to wake up to the truth. You want to handle things more effectively. And so this again may be some creative pursuit that you're following in which you want to just let your creative juices flow. You know, there's anything is possible at this time. Maybe you're starting something new. You have new ideas. For some of you, you need to handle things more effectively because you haven't been acting at all. You've just been doing a lot of thinking. Now, again, this is a month where there's going to be perhaps new people, new communication, new ways of thinking. You may be socializing more, getting out, networking with other people, sharing your ideas. And so there could be opportunities that come out. You may gain some new friends or perhaps begin a romance. Although, again, this doesn't really scream romance. Some of you are realizing that you need to get out and about. You need to put yourself out into the community. vulnerability. You need to get out of your shell. Some of you are, you may be going about things in a backhanded way. You've got some strong desires, and you may be tempted towards something or someone. You may be seduced by something, and some of you may have unexpected encounters. Maybe you're trying to avoid some things, perhaps avoid the truth, hide from the truth, escape a truth. Some of you are coming to terms with it. Some of you maybe you need to relocate. Maybe you're forced to relocate, or you're coming up with great ideas for a strategy for something that you want. But the underlying energy, you're tired of some situation and you want to move on to something new horizons. And so you may be emotionally drained because some truths have come out, some secrets. There could have been a hidden aspect of some kind of situation, or even some truths that you discovered about yourself. Maybe there were some fears that you weren't facing, and maybe you needed this time to acknowledge those fears. For some of you, there may be some parent-child issues, or maybe somebody is relocating for a job or for an educational pursuit, or maybe there are issues of theft and deceit and you're having to face some kind of legal situation. But this is a very, as I said, a month where you are in your head, and communication on some level is an issue. Maybe things have hit a wall. Maybe they're at a standstill, at a lull for some of you, and you're trying to figure out what to do. For others of you, you're merely taking everything in, all of this information, and quietly preparing perhaps for some new boundaries, some new horizons that you want to encounter. All right, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who have already offered your support, thank you so much. I'm eternally grateful and committed to you. Have a spectacular September, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.